one thing that does well on social media is when you're consistent and you're, creative, which is kind of, it yields that authenticity.
What makes social media impactful is the time you invest in it, your passion for it, not just social media in general, but that particular client. If you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for a client, is your actual authentic passion. That really does come through, because if you really don't care about what you're doing, people will notice, even on social media, even if you have great graphics and you post 3 times a day like clockwork and all this stuff. That's good. That's better than nothing. But if you really are just like, hating what you do, it's eventually going to come through, especially if you're trying to interact with people, which is, I guess we'll talk about that a bit more, but that's part of social media, is interaction and being social. And if you really don't want to talk to people, it will be obvious, because you'll either not talk to them, or when you do talk to them, it'll be kind of obvious that you this is just a job. I don't really want to talk to you, but I'm making a paycheck, so I better talk to you.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's where we have, Gabby and I have kind of learned over the years that we've approached a point where we're feeling kind of burned out and like, boy, I really don't want to talk to people. And it's like, I just don't want to log on to Twitter today to, comment on anything. And so we just want to make sure, that we and you and anybody else who's doing this, anybody else who's watching this, looking for tips or anything, is that you don't want to get to that point. Do whatever you need to do. If you have to outsource some of it, if you have to scale back, if you have to just read a lot of, positive mental attitude books to get your attitude back up again, whatever you need to do, whatever works for you, because really the authenticity and the love for social media in general and the people on the other side of the computer screen that you're interacting with or posting this video for, you don't even know who they are yet, but your genuine passion for what you're doing needs to be there. And so if you can maintain if you're doing this professionally and you can maintain only one client to keep that level of passion, then that's what you got to do. If you can do it with 6 clients every single week, then you're more power to you. But I think that's really what the most important takeaway is that your passion and authenticity really will come through, or your lack of passion and lack of authenticity will eventually come through either way.
Yeah, and it really comes from knowing your audience, whether you're working for a client or yourself.
But building a relationship with your clients is important. And one thing that I have definitely discovered, and Gabby would probably agree with me, when you're doing social media for a client, is having their direct input and getting content from them. Doing it all yourself, that's the danger, well, not danger, but that's what I see with a lot of bigger social media companies, where everything is kind of outsourced and they'll do social media for some other company. And it's really very kind of impersonal, because they get like no input from their client. The logo looks good. The color scheme is fine. The branding as far as visuals looks good. It's like the theme music and all the videos matches, it's like, oh, that's fine. And it's important. But I have learned, maybe even kind of the hard way, through working with numerous clients over the years, that if the client does need to have some input, you might find some clients who hire you because they do not want to touch social media with a 10-foot pole. They want nothing to do with it. They're like, I don't know anything about it. I hate it, but I know my company needs it. Here, you do it. You can work with people like that, but you need to get them involved, whether they want to or not. You're the one who's actually scheduling on Facebook. You're the one who's on Twitter, doing retweets and responding to, hey, thanks for following and engaging in conversations. You're the one who's doing the work, but they need to have some input.
Make sure you subscribe. We here at Helps You, we love doing videos, and we have some great things coming at you. We have things for writers, musicians, business owners, anybody who really has a project and a heart to reach people. We want to help them do it. So if you are a creative or business owner, we got tons for you.